Welcome to SWILL Radio. I'm Dave,
And I'm Mike.
and today is gonna be a great day. What we talking about today, Mike?
We're gonna go ahead and talk about. We got some more good old 90 Day Fiance Season 7, Episode 2, Part 2 for you guys. All right, guys, and this is actually a doozy. It's not a big giant episode, but it's a doozy. But we're gonna go right into with good old Tanya and Sinjin once again, guys. All right, so they are at the hotel, and Sinjin was feeling kind of awkward because the friends were all there with him and Tanya in the room. And he was just thinking one thing on his mind, guys. He wanted to have some happy time with Tanya alone. Unless the friends wanted to watch, but he was like, hey, kind of want to spend some special time with her. And the ladies were like, hey, are you kicking us out? And he's like, yeah, just for a little bit. And they already had code word from Tanya anyway. So anything that happens, they need to be gone for 2 hours. So 2 hours come up. Friends come back, knock on the door. Sinjin opens the door and says, hey, we were just talking about you guys. And then they head out to New York. They got the little signs and everything like that. They're going to surprise them. And she blindfolds Sinjin. And he's like, yeah. He's like, she's like, do you trust me? And he's like, yeah. He got no choice but to do so. So they're walking around. They're placing everything. He makes her hold his purse. She makes him hold her purse. And, they blindfold him and told him, okay, take the blindfold off. And she broke out a sign that says, thank you. Someone like traveled across the world just to be with me. And everybody was cheering and people were taking pictures out in the crowd and everything like that. And that's pretty much what happened with those guys right there. All right, so we got good old Michael and Juliana. All right, so she has her, we know that she's doing her visa interview. And he flies to Rio to meet up with her. All right, so he lands at the airport, and then he calls his ex-wife. That's like the little thing that if anything goes on or wrong or anything like that, he needs to go ahead and give her a call. He keeps her up to date on a lot of stuff, which is really good. Everybody needs someone like that in their life, which I can do that to my ex-wife too. Hey, why not? Hey, just kidding. All right, so he makes it to the hotel. Juliana opens up the door. They give a good old kiss. It's kind of awkward looking kiss, I guess. They haven't seen each other in a while. Either 6 months or a year, something like that. All right, so she's really nervous. She's talking to him. She's really nervous for the visa process. And it's the next day. So he's trying to reassure her that, hey, I'm going to be with you the entire time. You won't be here alone. I'm going to be here with you. And she's like, oh, okay. So she feels a little bit better. So basically, it's the next morning. They wake up. They get ready. And they're going to town. He got his little 3-piece suit on. She got her little, outfit on as well, and they're walking to wherever they have to go to, and they can't take the cameras inside, so they just, let me see, hold on. So they come out, they're holding hands, and then we find out that the actual interview was pretty bad. It went very sour, and then one of the questions that they asked her is that was she an escort for the past 10 years, and she was pretty much offended. He was pretty much offended. And that's pretty much how that went with that whole situation there. All right, so we're back to good old Anna and Marcel. All right, so they're going to go to meet her mom for lunch, dinner, whatever it is, a meal. They're going to go meet her mom for a meal. Everything seemed okay. Mom seemed like she was pretty much abreast on Muslim culture, Turkish culture, and whatever. She figured she knew it all. All right, so then everything was going on. And then all of a sudden she becomes really rude as asking some of these questions. It's like, how come you haven't told your parents or your family about her kids? And he explained why. It's one of those things where they think that that's in his culture. It's weird to have, raise kids without, both parents. So that's his excuse why he didn't tell his family. All right. So he's like, the mom was like, well, Muslim women have to do everything a Muslim man says, or women have to do everything a Muslim man says. And if they don't, they're going to throw stones. So she got the translator. She got the oldest son to do the translator for her and says, are you going to throw a stone at my daughter if she doesn't listen to you? So Marcel is like really confused. Like, what? What's going on? Like, this is where it started to become really rude. Don't understand why the mom did it. I think it was horrible, man. Like, come on, man. Like, give the guy a benefit of the doubt. You don't know him. You think you know him. You think you know his culture, but you really don't know him, man. I think that she should have been like apologetic. I don't know. So yeah, didn't know about the kids or anything like that, but it's okay, man. I get it, but only time's gonna tell what's gonna happen with these guys right now, guys. All right, so we got my favorite couple on the show so far, which I'm very interested about them. All right, we got Robert and Annie. All right, so he's prepared. He prepared for Annie's arrival. He puts little signs up on the wall saying, welcome home or welcome to our house and whatnot. And, asking the son, how if everything is working out okay, if it looks good. And what does it say? And the son is like, Bingo. I think that was pretty funny. But it was cool. But, Bryson didn't know how to read. He's kind of young, I guess. So they're at the airport. Bryson just falls apart. He takes Robert's hat, and Robert's like, no, give me my hat back. And Bryson's like, I want to wear it. And then he just breaks out, once Robert takes the hat back, he just breaks out crying. It's like a little spoiled brat, basically. All right, so then, Annie comes in with her little interview, and then they let everyone know that they met on Facebook, and he started talking to her, so she decided to talk back to him. And I don't know if this is what's going to happen with him, as far as like, she's going to leave him eventually once she gets her papers. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that. I mean, I guess that's a possibility, but who knows? All right, so yeah. So they make it back to the apartment. She sees the sign, and she loves it. The only problem is it's Bryson's bedtime, and he doesn't want to go to sleep. He goes out and says, hey, you're going to go. He only has one bed, guys. Has a bed for him and Bryson. So he was sleeping with his son the whole time. But now we're bringing Annie into the picture. So it's going to be all three of them inside the bed. But he reassures Annie that, hey, I'm going to get a small bed. I'm going to put it in the corner over there for Bryson. So me and you be having our own bed. Which is kind of weird because you can't, have sex with a kid in the room. That's kind of strange, I think, for me. All right. So they're outside in the dining room having some drinks. And then Bryson's like, Daddy, crying. He's trying to kind of cock block, basically. That's what he's doing. He's cock blocking. So he goes in there and see what's going on with him. And he won't go to sleep. And he's like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put cartoons on for you. Basically, I think it was Ninja Turtles or something like that. But he's putting cartoons on for the kid. And he's like, you're going to watch it by yourself? And then he's like, okay. And then he's like, he wants Annie, basically. So he wanted Annie to cuddle with him and all this and that. So he's not used to having a mother figure. So now he's getting one. So he's going to try to milk it for what it's worth, which is good. That's what it should be like. All right, so that's pretty much what happened with the episode, guys. I can't wait to see exactly what's going to happen with the next week's. Hopefully it's not going to be a 2-hour episode. If it is, we're just going to break it up in part 1, part 2, just like we did with this one as well, guys, because like I said, those episodes are so friggin' long, I can't even watch 2 hours, period. 1 hour is enough for me, guys. But either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we will see you on the next episode, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Make sure you hit the bell of notification, guys.
And we'll always keep you guys up to date on the latest trends.
Check out our Facebook and our Twitter. The links are in the description below.
Thanks for listening.